Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be an in-depth guide on the enchantments in Arena of Valor. Since this is a vast topic, I am going to divide it into 4 parts, and the first part will be the enchantments from Lokheim, which we will be seeing in this video, and the remaining 3 we will be seeing in future videos. So before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you are new to the channel, make sure to check out my other videos as well, and if you like the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We are trying to reach 1000 subscribers within the end of this year. Now with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So the enchantments from Lokheim are usually used by warriors and assassins because they provide you with cooldown reduction, lifesteal and increased damage. But in some cases they can also be used by other classes, which I will explain later in the video. So first let's start with the tier 1 enchantment, and let's talk about Devourer. So this is usually used by warriors who will be fighting at very low HP because they can get the 9% lifesteal and keep fighting. But since it also restores 15% mana, it can also be used on mages. So for example, on mages like Crixie, L'Oreal, you can use Devourer. So next let's move on to Shadow Blade, and what this does is every time you use a movement ability, you gain stacks, and these stacks will help you deal additional damage upon your next normal attack. So I'll show you how it looks. So as you can see here, there is the symbol of the Shadow Blade and the number 1 and 2. So Florentino has a lot of dashes, and every time he uses the movement ability, he gains 1 stack. So this is very good on him, and also other heroes who have movement ability. So after using movement abilities, the next normal attack will deal more damage if you have this enchantment. So you can use it on heroes like Zuka, Nakroth, and you can use your dashes, go in, and the next normal attack will deal additional damage. Now the third enchantment in the first tier is Raging Inferno, and this is simple. Every time you use an ability, it also deals additional magic damage to the enemy hero. Now let's move on to the tier 2 of the enchantments from Lokheim. And again, this one is also very simple and straightforward. It gives you some attack damage and also some ability power. So it boosts your damage by a little. And the second enchantment in tier 2 is Bone Cutter, and that gives you 12.5% resistance. So like I've already told you, resistance is your ability to resist the crowd control abilities. So having this on heroes like Superman will prove very useful for you. Now let's move on to the tier 3 enchantments, and these are the most important ones. So the first one we are going to see is Desperate Duel, and this enchantment provides you with a lot of lifesteal and magic pierce and armor penetration. So this enchantment is used by a lot of warriors because they need the lifesteal to fight longer. So how this works is, if you are playing a melee hero and you deal damage to an enemy with your normal attacks or abilities, you get 2 stacks, and when you get 10 stacks, you will restore 10% of your lost HP. So now I'll show you how it works. So we have Desperate Duel equipped on Florentino, and you can see down below that every time I use a normal attack on Malok, I get 2 stacks, and when it reached 10, there was a symbol of a sword upon Florentino and he restored some HP. So when you are at 10 stacks, you will have a lot of armor penetration, but if you stop attacking, it will get reset, and then if you start attacking again, you will also get the lifesteal again. So this enchantment can be used on heroes like Florentino and Alain, and you can surprise your opponents when you are at very low HP, and this gets activated and you gain a lot of HP back and you can kill them. So there is another thing you should know about this enchantment, and that is, if you are using it on a ranged hero, you will get only 1 stack for every normal attack or ability that you use, and therefore it is almost never used on marksman. So you might think that marksman can quickly activate the 10 stacks, but what I found out was, you can only gain 1 stack every 1 second. So if you are Valheim and you have a lot of attack speed, even if you use 10 blades in 3 seconds, you won't get 10 stacks immediately, but you will get only 1 stack every second. So watch what happens here. Even though I have a lot of attack speed and I am throwing a lot of blades, I don't get 1 stack every blade, but only 1 stack every second. So this is the reason why these enchantments are never used on marksmen, and they are usually played with enchantments from Veda. Next let's move on to Curse of Death, and this enchantment is used by a lot of assassins in the game. So what this enchantment basically does is, if you do 3 attacks on an enemy, they will be cursed and they also take additional magic damage, and this damage also affects nearby enemies up to 2.5 meters in range. So this enchantment is used by one shot one kill heroes like Zephyr because it provides them with a little additional damage to finish off their targets. So I'll show you a demonstration of how it looks. So this enchantment works perfectly with Murad because he can go in, do 3 attacks, activate this enchantment and deal the additional damage and then come out after killing the target. So for this enchantment also there is an indicator which indicates that the enchantment is on cooldown a little above your HP bar. So I'll also show you how the enchantment looks, and when I do 3 attacks on Zata, there appears a circle under him and he takes additional damage, right? So that's the enchantment, and once it gets activated it goes into cooldown and you can see the cooldown timer above your restore button with the symbol of Curse of Death. Now moving on to the last tier 3 enchantment in Lokheim, and that is Devil's Awakening. So Devil's Awakening provides you with a lot of cooldown reduction that even some mages use this enchantment on them. So not only warriors but heroes like L'Oreal and Grixis also use this enchantment. So what this enchantment basically does is, once you use your ultimate, it will immediately lower the cooldown of your first and second ability by 30%, and then you will also get 20% cooldown reduction for the next 6 seconds. But if you get a kill or assist during that 6 seconds, the cooldown reduction, the 20% cooldown reduction that you get will be extended for another period of 3 seconds. So now let me show you a demonstration of what I meant. So here I have the enchantment equipped on L'Oreal, and see I have a lot of cooldown on my abilities because I don't have any item for cooldown reduction. So I have like 5 seconds for my S2 cooldown, but see what happens. So as soon as I use my ultimate, my first and second ability immediately came out of cooldown, and that is because upon using your ultimate, this enchantment immediately cuts the cooldown of your first and second ability by 30%. And one more thing that it does is it provides you with 20% cooldown reduction for the next 6 seconds. So during that period, if you also get a kill, the duration of the 20% cooldown reduction is extended by another 3 seconds. That is why this enchantment is one of the most popular ones, and for heroes like Grixis, you can just turn on your ult and then immediately use your first and second ability again, and you will also get the 20% cooldown reduction. So in my previous videos, I've talked about the 40% cooldown reduction cap, right? So what that means is, no matter how many equipments you build, you cannot bring the cooldown reduction above 40%. So you might get a doubt whether this enchantment will affect that. So if you have 40% already and if you use your ult, will this give you another 20% cooldown? But the answer is no. It does not give you additional cooldown above 40%. So let me show it to you guys. Here I have 27% cooldown reduction as you can see, and now let me use my ult. So it should increase my cooldown reduction by another 20%, bringing it to 47%, right? But as you just saw, it only brought it to 40%. So in the late game, this enchantment is also kinda useless because you'll already be having like 35 to 40% cooldown reduction if you're playing mages. But if you're playing other warriors like Malok or Chi, this enchantment is very good because those heroes don't build a lot of cooldown reduction. And also, this is how the enchantment looks when it gets activated. You will get the symbol of like the head of Malok above you, and you will be burning for like 6 seconds, showing you that the enchantment is active. And also we have an indicator which shows you that the enchantment is in cooldown. So according to me, this enchantment is also very good on Zata because I've talked to you about the trick by which you can bring the cooldown of his ultimate back to 0 immediately after using it, right? So in order to make it happen, this enchantment is very necessary because it will provide you with a lot of cooldown reduction on your first and second abilities, allowing you to use them often and create more explosions, and thereby reducing the cooldown of your ult completely back to 0. So if you guys haven't watched that video, make sure to check it out. I'll put the link in the description. It's a really cool trick and you can use your ult 2 times in a single team fight. So now that we have covered all the enchantments from Lokheim, I have a really quick tip for you guys. Don't stress about this too much. What I usually do is, whenever I pick a new hero, I'll go into the recommended section and see which enchantment has the highest win rate and usage rate, and then I'll choose it. So now that you know what these enchantments do, you can simply go into the recommended section if you are playing a new hero, and you can choose the enchantment there, because usually the best enchantments will have the highest usage rate and win rate. So that's what I do all the time. So like I said in the first itself, this is the first episode of the in-depth guide on enchantments, and there will be 3 more episodes in which I'll be covering the enchantments from Veda, Humans and Afatha. So that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you all found this video informative and helpful, and if you did, make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button. We are trying to reach 1000 subscribers before the end of this year. So thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.